Dundee, who lost one of his outfits. He's got the red one on. He lost the yellow one last week when Billy Joe Travis attacked him. He comes to the ring ready to go against Johnny Rand. You just heard about the excitement Friday night. Make sure you're a part of that excitement.
You know, Mark, this jumpsuit will look real good on Billy Joe, won't it?
Bronco Lubitsch, your referee, as we move on to see Johnny Rand against Dundee. Coming up, we've got Jeff Jarrett. We've got PY Chu Hi and Von Erich excitement all here during the next 30 minutes or so. Dundee, you're ready to move in against Johnny Rand. The bell rings. Here we go. Well, Thanksgiving night was a great night here at the Sportatorium. The barbed wire match was wild. When you see PY Chu Hi shortly, you will notice the markings on the body as a result of that barbed wire event, which really saw a lot of blood lost on behalf of Jarrett and Chu Hi. It was a messy bout.
Well, that makes you happy that PY got cut up on that barbed wire,
I didn't say that.
Yeah, I know how you think.
Why do you have to make these unnecessary accusations?
Well, you know, Mark, I just sit out here and I call these matches like they are.
In other words, you don't have a reason. Here's Dundee continuing on with Johnny Rand. Fans chanting for a sleeper hold.
You know, Dundee's come out here and he's used this sleeper hold about 3 or 4 weeks in a row, and the fans are starting to get behind it. I still question whether he could put somebody of the caliber of Billy Joe Travis or somebody like that out with that sleeper, though, Mark.
You know, one thing we need to mention about Thursday night was the match between Dustin Rhodes and Gorgeous Gary Young, which got so out of hand that individuals had to pull Young and Rhodes apart for their own well-being, and that took quite a while.
Well, it was a brawl. There's no doubt about that. Dundee's got a toe hold on this guy. He's working on that leg. He always picks a body part, Mark, and he works on that body part. That's smart. He wears his opponent down. He's got a lot of experience.
Jeff Jarrett will be out in our very next match. As it's count of 2, and that's all, as Dundee and Rand continue.
What a crowd we had here last week, Thanksgiving night. Boy, it was something to see all those people screaming and hollering, Mark. Oh, Dundee, man, he doesn't need to do that. Why don't he stay in the ring and wrestle? He goes out and he shakes hands with all the fans. I just don't understand this as far as strategy goes.
There's Dundee out with the fans. You folks in Brownwood get ready for USWA excitement coming your way on Tuesday night of this week. And it's going to be a belated Thanksgiving celebration as children 12 and under will be admitted free with an advertisement in the Brownwood Bulletin newspaper and a can of food for the needy. They'll go to local churches there to help the needy with that. Must be accompanied by a paying adult, big card, Kerry Von Erich, and more. Thanksgiving Food Bank Night at the Brownwood Coliseum this Tuesday night at 7:30.
I like the way Dundee does that. He had the guy down in an arm bar, and he put his knee right on his face to make sure he couldn't move.
A week from tonight, we'll be in Rockwall, Fort Worth on December the 12th at the Convention Center on a card sponsored by the Black Historical and Genealogical Society. Muskogee, Friday the 8th of December, Fairgrounds Arena.
I'm going to be in Muskogee.
Does the people in Muskogee know that?
Of course they know that. They've been announcing it. They'll probably come out big to see me.
Dundee on the arm of the bar. Ran back to his feet. Shot with a fist. Rand getting rough on the superstar. The throw, the rebound, surprise! Dundee really faked him out.
I think he's setting him up, Mark. Yep, there goes the sleeper. He's got it right in the middle. There's no way Johnny Rand's going to get out of this.
Sleeper by Dundee. This may be all for Johnny Rand. Bronco Lubitsch moves into position to check. One, two, and the arm falls the third straight time. Ring the bell. Dundee will be a winner on submission. Superstar Dundee, a submission winner with the sleeper. And if you'll stay with us, we'll be back to see Jeff Jarrett in action right after this. Jeff Jarrett moving down with the USWA ring attendants. Jeff ready to go against Chico Torres as Terrence Garvin thumbs through the USWA 1990 calendar, and there are some really fantastic pictures in there.
I don't understand why I'm not in this calendar. You know, if they wanted this thing to sell, I should have been on the cover instead of that Tony Adams. There's some beautiful pictures in here.
Some of those women are very scantily attired in there around these wrestlers, too.
Oh, look at that great picture of Jeff Jarrett. Oh, he's so cute.
Jeff, who's in the ring right now, opens up against Chico Torres. We'll be giving you information on how you can get your calendar, which makes a great Christmas gift before our program is over.
Yeah, the pictures, the photography in this calendar really is good, Mark. They're nice pictures, but I just don't understand why I'm not.
Are you going to stop on the Jeff Jarrett picture or just sit here and stare at it?
Well, I like the picture. It's one of the better ones in the thing.
Jarrett in action in the ring. Well, I'd like to see the next one.
Oh, Chris Adams. Who wants to see a picture of Chris Adams?
Back in the corner, Torres takes Jeff Jarrett, and they'll break clean and continue. That's Tony Adams right there. How do you like that?
That's where I should have been in there. That's where I should have been. Now, that's a great shot. Akbar, Gary Young.
Here's Jeff picking up Torres, turning him over and down. Tag team tournament night, Friday night here at the Sportatorium. Tickets go on sale Friday morning at 9. On sale all day. Should be a fun night. Lots of action. And you'll see a tag team champion crown, too.
Oh, Jeff really looks good today, Mark. You know, this guy, I don't know. I've got mixed emotions about him. If he would just change the way he wrestles just a little bit, I could really get behind Jeff Jarrett.
Armbar. Terrence, I'm not going to make any wise remarks to you today. I'm just going to sit here and call the match and let you make a fool of yourself as you please without any help from me.
Oh, I appreciate that. That's what you get paid for, is just to sit out here. You know, I'll do the color. You don't even really need to talk too much. Jeff Jarrett just gave this guy a tackle. He's hitting the ropes. There's a hip toss from Jarrett. He's got it all going.
Torres very reluctant to move around too quickly the way things are going for him here in this bout. As Jarrett continues. Jarrett can crank it up and get going so fast at times that it's difficult to keep up with him.
Oh, what a nice backdrop. Jarrett's pinned him. I don't think. Oh, the kid did kick out.
Jarrett takes that arm over the head again. Lots of excitement coming up here on Channel 11 tonight. Understand Kerry Von Erich is here. We've got Matt Borne, Funk, Rhodes, Braddock, Gaylord.
You know, the thing I like about Jeff Jarrett is he does wrestle. You know, he's up on that second rope, Mark. This is that drop kick.
And the leg is hooked for 2 and 3, and Jeff Jarrett has won the bout.
You could have counted to 100 right there, Mark. It was over.
Well, you talk about the calendar a minute while I round Jeff up and we'll chat a bit.
Oh, the calendar. I'm appalled by this calendar. I'm not in it. I'm mad about it. The next one coming out next year, I guarantee you that beautiful Terrence Garvin will be on the calendar.
Jeff, I've got great news for you, old buddy. Terrence Garvin is just thrilled with your picture in the new calendar. I'm just teasing you. Let's talk about the big tag team tournament Friday night here at the Sportatorium.
Well, that's exactly what I want to talk about. There's 8 teams entered, and only one team's going to come out on top. Me and Matt worked real hard to get those belts at one time, and Friday night, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Those belts are sitting over there on that table right now, but next week, if everything goes like myself and Matt are planning on going, we're walking out with those belts, and we're gonna be the USWA Tag Champ.
All right. Jeff Jarrett ready for the excitement Friday night. And boy, will I catch it when I see him later about that Terrence Garvin comment. Okay, we're going to take a look now at all of the places that the USWA will be over the next few days. If it's in your area, make plans to be with us. Some very special things going on here as we move into the holiday season. Son PY Chu Hi. And let's have a rousing welcome for his manager, Tojo Yamamoto. All right, PY Chu Hi and Tojo Yamamoto have arrived to go against Jimmy James in our next match. Bronco Lubitsch, your referee. And the ring attendant has given PY a kiss.
Oh, man, they better watch out. PY doesn't understand these American things. He's going to think they're getting friendly with him.
Well, that one on the left's the same one that had that look for Travis a while ago. Now, Tojo has pulled out his salt. And we're going to have our salt ceremony.
These people need to be quiet, Mark. You know, this is a ritual. This is a custom. It's a very serious matter here for PY and Tojo Yamamoto. This is a ritual, and I want you people to be quiet. Sit down and shut up.
Terrence, sit down. You're going to stir the crowd up.
It just disgusts me when they don't respect something that somebody's doing.
PY's left arm has the results of the barbed wire event from Thanksgiving night here at the Sportatorium. You'll notice those when he turns around. That's his left arm on the front.
Mark, that's probably one of the most, if not the most dangerous matches to be held, a barbed wire match. And PY, you can see the arm. Oh, that looks terrible.
All right, the Oklahoma Cowboy Jimmy James here against big PY Chu Hi, and there is a great weight discrepancy here between these two.
Well, I got to think that PY, he's not in a good mood, okay? He's not in a good mood. He doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving. He's not from this country. So, what is this?
Jimmy James here really getting on the stick early. And Tojo is really surprised at Jimmy James opening up on big Chu Hi, but now Chu Hi angrily responds.
Oh, he shouldn't have done that. Chu Hi's mad.
Chu Hi. Matu Boranda. Korosunda. Kiru. Matu Boron. Kiru.
Tojo, that's the wrong microphone.
Keep quiet, you. Keep quiet, you.
So that he can bellow over the house microphone. He picked up mine and nearly blew the TV truck out. PY turned over. And Jimmy James here is really exciting and surprising this crowd with his great success in the first few seconds of this event.
Oh, this is getting ready to come to an end, Mark. You hear what Tojo just told PY? I guarantee you this is coming to an end. Oh, what chops PY Chu Hi just laid into the chest. This guy's chest is already whelped, I believe.
PY, the savage fiend from the land of the rising sun, grabs Jimmy James, throws him on the rebound, kick into an elbow.
Well, he's not doing too many arm drags or hip tosses or anything now, is he, Mark? Look at this guy's chest. PY has tore him up with a few chops.
There's a big chop.
Tojo's talking to him. Tojo's telling him, just punish the guy. He's telling him in Japanese.
Here's PY now with Tojo screaming at him over the mic, dropping Jimmy James down.
That was the most devastating DDT I've ever seen in my life. I don't believe that. He picked that guy up to the lights, Mark, and dropped him on his head. This guy has no life left in him. Look at his arms. They look like a rag doll. Oh, another one.
Jimmy James flat on his back, pinned, 1, 2, 3, and I'm glad that did not go any further.
This guy's career may be over, Mark. You know, he shouldn't have done what he did to PY Chu Hi.
Well, PY has been an impressive winner as Bronco Lubitsch checks on Jimmy James. We need to call PY and Tojo down here to chat a bit about the big tag team tournament coming up Friday night. Let me round them up. All right, here comes Tojo with PY. Tojo, let's talk about the big tag team tournament Friday night here at the sport.
I don't care about the tag or the tournament. This is not my business. This tag tournament, I don't care. We don't care. PY don't care about tag tournament. We care. My Matt Borne, I want to tell you, last week Jarrett got beat so bad. PY Chu make Jarrett's face look like hamburger. You jump in, you instigate this trouble. You no good, Matt Borne. You fat, stinking yellow dog. PY Chu gonna catch you. He's gonna kill you, and he's gonna crucify you. You better watch out. Every place you go, he's gonna follow you, and his PY Chu shadow is gonna be behind you. Banzai!
Wait, Tojo. I want to talk about the tag team tournament.
I don't care what tag team. Go.
Trying to talk about the tag team tournament, but Tojo and PY are wound up about Maniac Matt Borne. Now, Borne, of course, has been concerned about his burned face and the problems with all of devastation. But boy, PY and Tojo are certainly wound up about Maniac Matt Borne. They wouldn't talk about anything else. All right, a minute ago, you saw Terrence slipping through the USWA calendar. Makes a great Christmas gift. We're going to check that out right now for you fans at home to enjoy.
Hello everybody, this is Gentleman Chris Adams here, and I'd like to introduce to all you wrestling fans our first edition Collector's 1990 calendar. Now you'll see 13 9" by 12" full blazing color pictures of your favorite stars as you've never ever seen them before. You'll see such stars as Kerry Von Erich, Jeff Jarrett, Eric and Percy, Jerry the King Lawler, Beautiful Tony, yours truly, Chris Adams, and many more, including the new USWA ringettes. This unique total package is being offered for only $14.95 plus $2.50 postage and handling. Now, order now while stocks last. Call 1-800-347-1988 for Visa and MasterCard orders, or send your check or money order to L&A Promotions 1990 calendar, P.O. Box 932, Denton, Texas 76202.
The many great teams coming in for the big one-night USWA World Tag Team Tournament is the Tennessee Stud Stable. We take this up close and personal look at this great team right now.
And they certainly are viable candidates for the World Tag Team Championships, the Stud Stable. They held it for a brief instant and then lost it to, I believe, to Kevin and Kerry Von Erich, didn't they? So in turn lost it.
That is correct. Referee backs away Fuller so that Lee can do the dirty work.
Lee a lot heavier than the original member, Jimmy Golden, and they make an awesome team, these two right here. They have just been devastating the CWA. They're here as part of the Super Summer Sizzler Series. Incredible athletes right here.
Frank, I think some of the fans have been upset with Adams and Simpson and Percy for restraining Eric, but if Eric's going to go against PY Chu Hi, he must be at 100%, and he wasn't after the attack earlier.
Well, I, in the dressing room, saw what was happening and asked Chris and the Simpsons to go down just for that very reason. I was afraid. Chu Hi, I mean, I've felt the blunt. I know what the man can do. I'm sitting here with an arm in a sling and a muscle torn and facing surgery, all because of him. And I know what the guy can do. And Eric needs to be 100%, or I tell you, he's going to end up just like me. And to go out there now, half-caught, bloody, battered, it ain't the time. Pick your time, pick your place. If he ever learns to do that all the time, that Eric Embry, oh, what fire he's got. He just got to learn to pick his time and his place. And thank goodness Percy was able to get through to him. The Simpson brothers, Eric Embry, Tracy Smothers, I'm glad they were there, because it could have been bad. Now, you don't know. Eric might have fought his way out of it. I'm not saying he couldn't. But boy, I'd just rather have everything on his side when the time comes.
Brian Lee of the stud stable with the kick to the midsection on Ray Evans. Now he's going to grab him by the chin. From behind, here he goes.
Big, aggressive. You notice he doesn't lay back at all. Robert Fuller, you'll see a lot of times, he's like a sly fox. He'll kind of lay back and let you come to him in order to get you. But this kid here, this Brian Lee, man, he's only got one gear, and it's straight forward. He's just running right through him like hot knife through warm butter.
Big turning slam.
Power slam, all at 270 pounds plus the spin. That should have been the pin right here. But you see the enforcer, he's letting the mouth do it. The Tennessee stud himself, Robert Fuller. Now you see Fuller, he goes in, Mark, he does the psychological damage. Brian Lee beat the man. The man's pinned. He's not going to go anywhere. Now it's Fuller's turn to go in and do a little psychological damage. Look at him, just holding him in the corner. That's unnecessary. He's not going anywhere.
Along the center rope, the neck is laid over. Oh, my. Oh, no.
270 pounds crashed down across his back. Did you see that smile? He looked up, pointed high in the air.
And the pin, there's 2, 3.
You're a winner.
I'm glad we can talk about the big tag team tournament with you and Kevin Friday, because Mr. Garvin over here is trying to make it look like there's some big rift between you and Kevin, which is ridiculous.
Well, first of all, I could be more happier than anyone in the whole world. Kerry Von Erich, probably the greatest wrestler to ever step in the ring of the sportatorium, one of the greatest human beings, and most of all, he's my brother. I'll tell you what, Kevin and I have waited for this for a long time. We feel better than we've ever felt before. I can vouch for Kev. He's in the best shape of his life right now. And y'all know why, because he's stretching for #1. I want to say I love Kevin more than anything. And now it's time. It's been over 1.5 years since Kevin and I have stepped in the ring and fought as a tag team. Well, I'm going to tell you this. Kerry Von Erich and Kerry Von Erich, we will take the USWA World Tag Team Championships.
All right, thank you, Kerry. That's Friday night right here at the Sportatorium.
Mark again, the people are what's made us. Texas is what's made the Von Erichs come back together again. Sure, Kevin needed a break, but Kevin is back. Kevin is back stronger, better, faster than he's ever been before, and it's all thanks to one thing, and that's every one of you.
All right, thank you, Kerry. Let's take a quick look at the excitement coming up Friday night in Dallas, and then see Kerry in the ring. This Friday night, December the 1st, 8 o'clock, world-famous Dallas Sportatorium. It's the one-night round-robin tag team tournament for the World Tag Team title. First-round matches we'll see. PY Chu Hi and Buddy Landell against Dustin Rhodes and Jimmy Jack Funk. Winner of that match will face the winner of Kevin and Kerry Von Erich against Robert Fuller and Brian Lee, the Tennessee stud stable. You'll see Billy Joe Travis and Gary Young against Chris Adams and flamboyant Eric Embry. Winner of that bout will face the winner of the match between Jeff Jarrett and Matt Borne against the Punisher and Sheik Braddock. First round winners face one another in the second round. And then the final round will crown the champion for the World Tag Team title. Tickets on sale all day Friday, beginning at 9 a.m. Remember, it's the first night of the big USWA Christmas promotion during the month of December. All youngsters admitted to general admission for only $2. That's this Friday, December the 1st, 8 o'clock, the one-night round-robin tag team tournament for the World Tag Team title. All right, we're back. You had a chance to see the complete rundown of the Dallas card. And now we get to see Kerry Von Erich against Craig Whitford. Craig, the distinguished-looking guy, very personable, tall, lanky, improving all the time. But he's got a tough test against Kerry Von Erich. As you see, the World Tag Team belts currently unclaimed here on the table. All that will be settled Friday night here. Remember, all youngsters 12 years of age and under, any of the youngsters who qualify for a child's general admission ticket get in for only $2 on the first of the big December Christmas promotions with the USWA. That's this Friday night here at the Sportatorium.
You know, the way that Kerry Von Erich was talking about his brother, Mark, it makes me think that he might be a little chicken to wrestling. He came out and he sang his praises an awful lot, but you know, I think he's worried about Kevin.
Have you been drinking? I don't know where you get these ridiculous claims and these ridiculous thoughts running through your mind.
Well, you just watch. Kerry Von Erich, big clothesline in the ring. This guy's not really a proven test for Von Erich. You know, this is not a warm-up for the tag team tournament, but I don't think Kerry wants to win that anyway.
Here's Whitford pin, 1, 2. I won't even grace that last opinion with the response. Last week you were claiming that one of them wouldn't show up.
I still kind of think that,
but you don't sound as sure of yourself this week, Terrence. What's wrong?
No, the thing is Kerry Von Erich, he's a Texas heavyweight champion. He's got his eyes set on Lawler. Okay, he's got his eyes set on Lawler. I don't think he's really serious about this tag team tournament. But now Kevin's serious. Kevin wants a belt, and he's going to get a belt. And I just happen to think it might be Kerry's Texas belt.
I don't think you're very serious about the real world, or you wouldn't be dressed like this.
Again,
Whitford and Kerry getting into a little shoving incident here in the ring.
You got a lot of nerve talking about the way I dress in these $25 suit coats, you know.
Fans chanting, "We want the claw, we want the claw." And Whitford a little bit put out with Kerry Von Erich at this point, and here we go continuing.
You know, Kerry doesn't seem like he's mad or anything today. He doesn't seem like he's got that desire just yet. Now that'll make him mad right there. That Whitford, you know, he better watch out.
Great tag team event coming up. Dustin Rhodes and Jimmy Jack Funk will be out here shortly. Matt Borne against Jeff Gaylord in a featured bout.
What a match that Gorgeous Gary Young and Dustin Rhodes had here Thursday night. Gorgeous Gary taught Dustin Rhodes a few things, didn't he?
Tojo Yamamoto refusing to talk about the tournament Friday. All he wanted to talk about with PY was Maniac Matt Borne.
Matt Borne better watch his P's and Q's, buddy, because if PY Chu Hi gets on his tail, that could be bad news from Mr. Borne.
Kerry wanting to use the iron claw now on Craig Whitford, and Craig Whitford will bail out very, very slowly.
That's about the smartest thing I've ever seen Craig Whitford do. He saw that iron claw coming, and boy, he bailed out quick, Mark.
Kerry Von Erich waiting patiently. After this, you're going to hear from the Tennessee Stud Stable. We've got that on tape. They'll be in Friday, and right now they're going to be on an interview as soon as this bout is over. Whitford pinning Kerry over in the left side ring rope. The throw, right side, rebound, back. The duck, clothesline, and give Craig Whitford some points there. And Craig moves right in for more.
All right. Whitford's come alive here this week on Kerry Von Erich, but I believe he's making Kerry mad, Mark. I believe that's all he's doing is making Kerry mad. Yeah.
Kerry knocks Whitford out of the corner.
Kerry just needed a little bit of inspiration. He needed a little bit of something to stir him, and that's what it was. Oh, there's a discus punch. It's over. Discus punch, it's over.
The pin, and Kerry doesn't even have to pin him.
What was that?
Whitford just laying flat on his back after that big blow. And Kerry is a winner. 1, 2, 3. All right, now that we've seen the modern-day Warrior and heard from him as well, we're going to move in and check out the Tennessee Stud Stable and hear what they have to say about this big USWA World Tag Team Tournament Friday night.
You know, guys, isn't it something else when you got to bring your cameras all the way from Texas up into the hills of Tennessee to find the real beauty in the brawn here, baby? And you know, you got your broody right here, and you got your brawn. When you're talking about a Tennessee man, you're talking about the best man. Now, you people out there know how we feel about Texas. The reason we haven't been back is because we can't stand Texas. We hate Texas guts, if you want to know the truth about it. But now let me get right down to the essence of what I'm making this interview about in the first place. We got news throughout the hills that maybe there's going to be some new crowned world champions out there in that area. Well, that excited us very much because we were looking for something to give Sylvia here for Christmas, and we've been trying to decide over and over and over again. We've been trying to work it out in our minds. What do we give you? It's going to be a rightful enough present for such a beauty, and we realized that maybe we're going to have to take one more airplane ride. Maybe we're going to have to get on that plane, come back out there to Texas, baby, and settle once and for all who the tag team world champions are. And the way we're going to do that, boys, is we're going to come out there one more time. And I'm going to guarantee you something. It's not going to be a lost trip. Because just as sure as this old cowboy daddy's up and gets his way out there, we're going to be giving you a Christmas present, Sylvia. And the Christmas present is going to be a fine one. We're going to take those World Championship titles. We're going to see Jeff Jarrett and Matt Borne. We're going to see those good-for-nothing Von Erichs have had their last opportunity at World Tag Team Championships because we're going to win them. We're going to take them back to Tennessee. And then, Daddy, that's exactly where they're going to stay.
And before we see Matt Borne against Jeff Gaylord, we need to check out again all of the places that the USWA will be in the next few days and weeks. Here's a look at the USWA on tour.
That Lynn on the coat there.
At the Lumberyard at 16511 Bratton Lane. 16511 Bratton Lane, Kerry Von Erich, Billy Joe Travis, Kevin Von Erich, and more, Austin, Sunday, December 3rd, 8 o'clock. And Gainesville, Texas, Thursday, December 14th, 7:45. Sponsored by the Gainesville Optimist Club at the Cook County Youth Center. See gentlemen Chris Adams, Billy Joe Travis, Devastation, and more. Gainesville, Thursday, December 14th, 7:45. Maniac Borne coming down the aisle. Ready to go against Jeff Gaylord, and this will be a good match between two great stars. Maniac Borne, boy, Tojo Yamamoto was really concerned with the Maniac on the earlier interview, but right now Borne will concern himself with Jeff Gaylord. Gaylord out of Marion, Ohio, raised in Kansas City, All-American first team defensive tight end with the Missouri Tiger football team. Had a school record for 18 defensive tackles for a loss. Defensive Big 8 Player of the Year. Coached the All-American strength team. Holds the Big 8 bench press record at 525 pounds. National Strength Coaches Big 8 Conference Best Football Athlete Award, and drafted by the LA Rams here a few years ago.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mark, I'm impressed with him. You know, if Akbar backs somebody up, then they've got to be a potential superstar, because Akbar doesn't mess around with anybody that's not a superstar.
Jeff Gaylord is the latest in a long list of superstars with Devastation Incorporated. Although the Missouri Tiger, the tenacious Missouri Tiger, is not involved in this coveted championship tournament next Friday night, he will be here against our formidable opponent.
Well, now, what is that supposed to mean? You guys don't have a setup worked out,
yes.
have
You see, there's nothing as nauseating as a male ego that has been bruised. And a few weeks ago, Matt Borne found out it's hot in the kitchen. And ever since, Matt Borne has been hurling his false accusations against Devastation Incorporated. And I can tell you right now, Matt Borne could be in for a lot of surprises from Devastation. Must I say, this tournament is really got me excited. Oh, coincidentally, Mark, no pun intended. But you look magnificent tonight, the fabulous Terry Garvin. A shining example of what you have added to this show, Michael Lawrence.
I had nothing to do with it. Nothing. Don't blame me for this.
Oh, Gaylord's got it going. He's been beating on Matt for a few minutes here, and Matt turns it around, and oh, he's laying him into that big chest of Gaylord's.
Maniac Borne, son of Tough Tony Borne, one of the greatest stars ever to come out of the Pacific Northwest. Fast and furious. And Borne can really get with it, as he's trying to do right now against Big Jeff Gaylord.
Mark, you know, you just made an interesting comment. There's nothing like a second-generation wrestler, and Matt Borne is. His father was a great wrestler, and Matt's just kind of followed in his footsteps. But, you know, I question this guy's mental stability. He comes out here, and he just looks crazy about half the time.
What does stability mean? Are you trying to say stability? I would say your broadcasting career is going about like your wrestling career did.
Oh, excuse me, did you ever get in the ring, Mr. Lawrence? Huh? Did you ever put some tights on?
No.
Okay, then don't you question my wrestling ability, okay?
I try to stick with the things that I can do fairly well, and wrestling is not one of them.
Well, I just happen to do a lot of things well. That's why I'm sitting down here. Now, Gaylord's kicked Borne in the face about 3 times. He just dropped an elbow on the back of the head, and now he's going to whip him off.
What
Mark.
were you trying to say about stability or whatever that was you said?
You know, you don't have to make fun of the way I talk just because I speak a little bit different language. I'm trying to say that Matt Borne...
That's not all that's different about you.
That's right. I'm a gifted person. Matt Borne is not a stable human being. I don't think he knows where he is about half the time, especially when he's in the ring. You make the guy mad, and he just gets that much tougher to beat.
There's a shot by Borne, or rather on Borne by Gaylord. And Gaylord takes him. Well, you got him by the ears?
That's right. That's beautiful. That's what he should be doing. He should be just brawling with Borne any way he can to keep Matt Borne down and not let this crowd get behind Borne and psych him up.
Borne in the corner, pulls Gaylord out. The reversal. Here he comes over in front of us. Clothesline.
What a clothesline Matt Borne just gave Jeff Gaylord. Matt Borne's going up on the ropes. I've not seen Matt Borne get up on the ropes. What's he going to do, Mark?
Waiting for the right moment. Here he comes down to the big splash and rolls all the way over.
What a cross body block. Borne was in the air 15 feet.
Uh-oh, here come the goons. Akbar calling the goons down.
Oh, yeah. There you go, Matt Borne. Now.
And this is obviously related to that earlier interview in which Tojo was wound up, because PY has come down here with a kendo stick. They're spreading Matt Borne out. 300 pounds climbing way up there. Look out.
What's PY Chu Hi doing? He's getting ready. Oh, no. He was going to splash him off the top rope. That would have been the...
That's what he did to flamboyant Eric Embry not too long ago when it got all that horrible mess started.
If he would have hit him with that off the top rope, that might have been the end of Matt Borne.
Wow. Really getting out of hand as Akbar called in the goon. And Matt Borne wants the microphone.
Well, it looks like we're getting under Tojo's and PY's skin, huh? Well, so it's supposed to be my fault what happened Thursday night. So I suppose it's my fault that Hirohito died in Japan. Well, I don't give a You got what you got coming to you last Thursday night. And as far as I go, what do you think you're trying to do to me? You think I'm going to stand around? You think my friends are going to stand around and let something like that happen? Well, I'll tell you what, Tojo, PY, I want you to know one thing. One thing, if you can remember one thing, you couple of idiots, Matt Borne is a lot easier to jump on than jump off.
That's Matt Borne, and we'll be back for more USWA excitement on Channel 11 in a moment. Okay, our next match features Dustin Rhodes and Jimmy Jack Funk, and they're coming down the aisle now and going to stop and visit a little bit about the tag team main event coming up they've got now, and also Jimmy Jack, the big tag team tournament coming up Friday night here at the Sportatorium.
Boy, is it good to be alive in Dallas, Texas, USA. You know, that's right, the big tag team tournament for the World Tag Team titles. Well, you know, I went out and got me a partner. And you know what? He's a Texan, Dustin Rhodes, the natural son of the legendary Dusty Rhodes. Me and Dustin are now known as the Texas Connection. And Friday night, me and Dustin are out to show the people two things: that you don't mess with Texas and you don't mess with the Texas Connection.
You know, it's a pleasure to be a partner, Jimmy Funk. Now, from the Lone Star State, baby, Dustin Rhodes and Jimmy Jack Funk have come here to take home the gold, have come here to take care of business. Like you know we can. These boys from Texas are gonna take it to every opponent that we run into with. And we're gonna take the gold. The World Tag Team Championship belts are gonna be ours.
You know what, Dustin? I can smell excitement in the air. Yes!
All right, that's Dustin Rhodes and Jimmy Jack Funk. Let's go to the ring and wait on their opponents to arrive, who are on their way right now. There they come. The Punisher and Sheik Braddock in a great tag team main event. As they come to the ring, I want to share with you some great news about the 4th annual Tarrant County Toy Run, which is coming up Sunday, December 17th, rain or shine. This is the big motorcycle deal to raise money and collect toys for the youngsters. Understand that Percy Pringle and gentleman Chris Adams will be, or rather Jeff Jarrett, Percy, and Eric Embry are the three who will be riding in the toy run representing the USWA. That's Jeff Jarrett, Percy Pringle, and Eric Embry. December the 17th, rain or shine in Fort Worth, starting on Northeast Belknap and coming all the way across town, across 35, across University Drive, across Montgomery, and winding up at Will Rogers Coliseum. All of the bikers will be out. It'll be a great day. Jeff Jarrett, Percy, and Eric will be riding bikes to help the youngsters get toys, underprivileged youngsters, get toys for the Christmas season. And you'll be hearing more about that here on USWA Wrestling. Helping the kids unable to help themselves, and Jeff and Percy and Eric are very excited about that opportunity.
All right, Mark, here we got a new tag team formed, huh? Dustin Rhodes and Jimmy Jack Funk. Well, let me tell you something. In the first round of the tag team tournament, they've got to take on PY Chu Hi and Buddy Landell, two veterans. I don't think they've got a chance. You know, this is the first time that I've seen Rhodes and Funk together, but I don't think they can handle the veterans.
Now, if you would like to help Jarrett, Percy, and Eric with a toy drive, you can bring a toy to the Sportatorium Friday night. They're going to have a big bin set up, and those toys will be forwarded to the Bikers Truck Run on December 17th. What do you want?
It's always a major milestone in everybody's career to gain a championship belt. And, of course, Devastation Incorporated has had an abundance of them. But Friday night, the World Tag Crowns are at stake. Devastation has two formidable teams, and you're looking at one with the Punisher and Sheik Braddock, and, of course, the irrepressible Billy Joe Travis and gorgeous Gabrielle. Need I say more? It's like walking into an orchard and picking out the best plum or the best pear or the fruit that's available. And that's what Devastation's all about. We get all the gold and all the silver that USWA has to offer, and Friday night will be no exception. And I can tell everybody now in television land across the world that Devastation Incorporated will be the new World Tag Team Champions one way or the other.
I like your odds, Zach. You got 2 teams in it. That's really smart of you. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly, Terry. You see, I thought about the situation. I was in deep thought, and I said, there's no way that Devastation can lose with 2 formidable teams. And, of course, I can enter all I want because of my unlimited funds. You see, it's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time that we'll have all the gold and silver. And, of course, Kerry Von Erich is ducking us. Eric Embry doesn't want any part of us. Billy Joe Travis and that snot-nosed punk Jeff Jarrett. And I could go on and on. Maniac Matt Borne, Devastation is #1. Mark Lawrence, again, let me not be facetious in saying so, but this man is really adding a lot of class to this television show.
Well, thank you, Akbar. Jimmy Jack Funk, you know, that reverse shoulder breaker that he does, it really fires the crowd up. He's got this Punisher. They're working well together, Mark. Dustin Rhodes and Jimmy Jack Funk are working really well together. There needs to be a clear-cut leader on this team, though. You know, I haven't seen any leadership qualities.
Go ahead, don't stop.
I was just wondering why you aren't interrupting me. You know, I'm so used to you interrupting me.
Between you and Akbar, I don't stand a chance.
Oh, Akbar comes over. You know, he spread some wisdom to us. He's got 2 teams in the tournament. You're looking at one of them. This team, they're not faring too well here against Dustin and Jimmy Jack, but the match has just started. They're going to have their way before it's over.
Tag team excitement here. We'll have an entire night of tag team excitement. Every bout a tag team bout on tournament night this Friday night. Remember, children admitted for only $2 in general admission. And you can help Eric Percy.
What a mistake.
And Jeff Jarrett by bringing a toy for the big toy drive coming up later in the month.
What a mistake Dustin Rhodes just made. The Punisher smartly ducked down. Dustin flying through the air like a big round ball. Oh, they're going to take him to school now, Mark. They've got him hurt. They've got Dustin hurt. This Punisher's huge. He goes about 6'8". He's probably close to 300 pounds, if not over. What a body Braddock has. He's setting Dustin up for the big suplex.
And a pin. And the kick out by big Dustin Rhodes, who is a big boy. Dustin really going to town now on the Sheik, former U.S. Marine.
Well, you know, he popped up. He was getting beat on pretty good there. He popped up, kicked Sheik a couple of times, and then gave him a suplex. This guy's got some comeback ability, but the match has just started still. It's still fresh, okay? I got to think the Punisher and Braddock are going to get him.
Jimmy Jack Funk has Braddock, drops him straight down here. It's Dustin Rhodes now doing the same.
Jimmy Jack gave him a reverse spine breaker.
Jimmy Jack Funk, that should be barred.
Why?
It is an illegal hold. Just looking at it, it should be barred from professional wrestling. All you people rally around the likes of Jimmy Jack Funk and Dustin Rhodes and their gutter snipes. They don't have the class Devastation has.
Way upside down. It's Braddock dropped straight down, and Akbar is not very happy at what's going on in the ring now.
You know, Jimmy Jack just really showed his feet of strength.
Now that Terrence has quit talking, we're going to jump in and take a quick commercial break. We'll be back for more of this main event in a moment. Mark Levance back with you along with Terry Garvin as it's Jimmy Jack with the elbow and Sheik Braddock, and now a knee from behind squelches the Jimmy Jack Funk momentum, and Akbar, there's a move that ought to be outlawed.
No. Jimmy Jack, this is a tag team event. This is not singles wrestling. Jimmy Jack should have been aware of where he was in the ring, okay?
Braddock now grating the eyes across that jagged top ring rope.
I believe he got his nose, Mark. Jimmy Jack wears that mask. I've questioned why he's got a mask on several times. I think maybe so they can't get to his eyes.
From the ropes, Rhodes sits 6'8" of power leaping down on Funk.
What a stomp on Funk's chest. Oh, there's a hand thrust right into the throat area. That'll make you talk funny for a few days. This Punisher is so big, Mark, and he's mean. Once he gets you hurt, he stays right on you. Look at Jimmy Jack. He needs to make a tag really, really bad to Dustin Rhodes.
Here comes the Punisher leaping through the air like a giant vulture.
He needs to get Funk right out in the middle of the ring and try and pin him, Mark. That splash was devastating.
Over and down with a suplex.
Oh, that snap suplex hurt Jimmy Jack.
About devastation being in the class by itself. Get in there after these Sheik, Braddock, and the Punisher. Another one of those teams Friday night that you'll be seeing.
Dustin just stuck his nose where his nose didn't belong. I believe Jimmy Jack Funk was beat.
And a pin, 1, 2, and the kick out.
That was smart of Braddock. He gave Funk a backbreaker. Now he's in behind him with a reverse chin lock, Mark. They're wearing Jimmy Jack down. I don't think Funk can take much more of this. I believe they've just about got him beat.
Fans still making noise. World Tag Team Tournament night, Friday night. Be with us. 7 big tag team events. 4 first round, 2 second round, and a final bout. And remember, a different children's promotion every Friday night during the month of December in honor of Christmas on the USWA.
Braddock needs to get Funk back off of his feet, get him back down on the mat where he can control the action. Funk just gave him 2 elbows to the stomach. Braddock dropped down. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Braddock caught him with a knee right in the stomach. Now they need to stay on Funk and not let him get up.
Funk trying to crawl over and get that tag with Dustin Rhodes, but he won't make it.
Braddock shouldn't be messing. He shouldn't be messing with the crowd. He should be right on this Jimmy Jack. If he gives him a breath of fresh air, Jimmy Jack's going to make that tag.
The Punisher now preventing Funk from getting to the corner. Fans feeling a little frustrated and helpless now at the expertise of Braddock and Punisher in keeping him out of the corner. Now the tag is made, but the referee did not see it.
Oh, that's great tag team strategy. Tony Falk, the referee, didn't see that. Dustin Rhodes did make the tag, and now look at Jimmy Jack, what he's getting for his troubles.
Dustin Rhodes getting blamed for everything.
Now that's smart tag team tactics. Down him, he's beat. Oh, man. Falk took a half hour to get down there for that tag.
Into the ropes. On the rebound, surprise, now tagging.
Right now, all Jimmy Jack Funk can think is try to get to his corner. You know, he's taking a beating for a few minutes. He's in good position. He got the tag on Dustin Rhodes.
And Dustin comes in, and he's going to have to take care of both of them.
Dustin's fresh, Mark, and boy, he's taking it to him. Oh, we got a 4-way.
All 4 men involved right now in this wild situation.
This is all breaking loose. Tony Falk can't get control of this. He either needs to get 2 of these guys out of here, ring the bell, and call it a no contest.
All 4 men involved, each pair in separate corners. The throw, Braddock and Punisher hit and fall straight down. Uh-oh. Here's Gary Young now. He's been having problems with Dustin that got out of hand here Thursday night, and it's more of the same here.
Gary's got a score to settle with Dustin Rhodes, and he's settling it right now, Mark. He is taking care of Dustin. Look at that clothesline. Oh, boy. Dustin might not be able to get up from this one. Gorgeous Gary's really hammering him. This is beautiful. Now what do you got to say about Dustin Rhodes? He doesn't look so tough now, does he? Gary Young's out here whipping him like he was a stepchild.
Dustin and Gorgeous Gary really getting at it. Here's Matt Borne in, trying to pull them apart.
Oh, Dustin and Gary are going toe-to-toe. Man, this is incredible. Both of them want to kill each other.
And before this gets any worse, we're going to take a pause and let you see this.
Hello, everybody. This is Gentleman Chris Adams here again to introduce to you for the first time ever a step-by-step instructional videotape called The ABC of Professional Wrestling that you can play over and over in your own home. Now, this is a series of tapes showing you at home for the first time ever step-by-step instructions of not only the secrets of some of those spectacular moves, but a realistic look of what is needed to become successful in the exciting world of professional wrestling, covering such topics as preparation for training, basic wrestling and psychology techniques, skill and speed training, posture and charisma development, physical appearance, conditioning and training, nutrition information, television interviews. Now, the tape is $39.95 plus $3.50 shipping and handling. Call 1-800-347-1988 for Visa and MasterCard orders.
This Friday night, December the 1st, 8 o'clock, world-famous Dallas Sportatorium. It's the one-night round-robin tag team tournament for the World Tag Team title. First-round matches we'll see PY Chu Hi and Buddy Landell against Dustin Rhodes and Jimmy Jack Funk. Winner of that match will face the winner of Kevin and Kerry Von Erich against Robert Fuller and Brian Lee, the Tennessee Stud Stable. You'll see Billy Joe Travis and Gary Young against Chris Adams and flamboyant Eric Embry. Winner of that bout will face the winner of the match between Jeff Jarrett and Matt Borne against the Punisher and Sheik Braddock. First round winners face one another in the second round. And then the final round will crown the champion for the World Tag Team title. Tickets on sale all day Friday, beginning at 9 a.m. Remember, it's the first night of the big USWA Christmas promotion during the month of December. All youngsters admitted to general admission for only $2. That's this Friday, December the 1st, 8 o'clock, the one-night round-robin tag team tournament for the World Tag Team title. And still making noise as Von Hess has Chris Adams in the rope, but is immediately sent right back out again. And Bronco Lubitsch warns Von Hess in the gray ensemble about the fists and what have you.
Why in the world is he warning Von Hess? He should warn Chris Adams. Chris just blasted him.
Well, it's not surprising that you are going to root against Kevin and Kerry Von Erich because you're denying the fact that they'll even wrestle as a team. You're trying to make some big stink out of that.
Well, there is a stink there. Kevin and Kerry, they're on the outs with each other, I believe, you know. I haven't heard anything formal about it, but I just believe it.
I have to spend all my time now on Saturday night undoing the damage that you create with your opinions.
Oh, well, my opinions, they mean a lot. That's why I'm on this show, Mark.
Here's Embry over with a little shot on the Dog of War, who shoves Adams back and gets turned over. We've got Superstar Dundee this week. We've got Billy Joe Travis and Gorgeous Gary Young in a tag team event. PY Chu Hi. We'll see one of the Von Erichs. We'll see Jimmy Jack Funk and Big Dustin Rhodes, Matt Borne, Jeff Gaylord, Sheik Braddock, and a whole lot more right here tonight.
What a double clothesline. Adams and Embry there, they double clothesline their man. They're working pretty well together right now, but I got to think that one of their egos is going to mess them up.
Down goes Von Hess as Eric Embry jabbing and weaving, and it is great to see Eric Embry and Chris Adams as a team. Tony very relieved about the outcome of Thanksgiving night. Those of you that were here know how close it came to problem.
It came real close. You know, I was excited. I thought that they were finally going to settle this thing between them like two men, but they cowered out, hugged, maybe even kissed in the ring. Said they were going to take on the tag team tournament. Gee.
Here's Adams climbing way up on the rope. Camera's having to shoot straight up, down with an elbow in the Dog of War.
Boy, this crowd is really behind this team, Mark. You know, this is probably one of the favorites as far as the fans go, but that doesn't mean much in a tag team tournament. It all comes down to experience and working together.
Here's the tag made for gentleman Chris Adams. Adams in, boom.
They're really working on the Dog of War's arm. That's smart. You know, this Dog of War, he's a street person. He's a brawler. If he gets a chance to stick his finger in Adams or Embry's eye, he'll take that chance. I respect that.
Tag is made for flamboyant Eric Embry, who moves in. There's a drive to the back. And Eric is on the arm and going to tag right back with gentleman Chris Adams.
That's smart tag teaming, Mark. You know, they're keeping the fresh man in the ring. They're keeping the Dog of War. He can't tag his partner. They're working great together. But I can't wait to see these guys against an established tag team and see what their egos, if they can blend their egos together against somebody that's been a tag team for a while and is proven.
Tag made for flamboyant Eric. Here comes Eric in. He goes to the rope, leaps over Chris, and down on the Dog of War.
Oh, that was a big leg drop on the Dog of War's arm. You know, the dog, look at the face on him. He's in pain. He needs to make a tag bad.
Chris back in as Adams and Embry tag in and out with great regularity, leaving the Dog of War stranded in the ring. And it's Adams on the arm. Tag again for Eric.
I'm going to be interested to see how they finish this guy off. Which one of their egos, they both got the big ego, which one's going to pin the man? That's when it's going to get good.
Clothesline by Eric Embry, and the master of the pile driver asks the fans if they want to see a pile driver.
Yeah, sure they want to see a pile driver, but they probably want to see Adams' super kick too.
Down comes the pile driver. In comes Adams to make sure there's no interference. 1, 2, 3.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. See the egos there. They both had to cover their man, Mark.
Well, with things like this going on, Friday night should really be exciting, especially if Gorgeous Gary and Dustin Rhodes get close to each other. They're just now, after the tape and the commercial break, getting them out of the arena. And it's going to be a great night Friday night. All of the great tag team excitement. Nature Boy Buddy Landell in. Tennessee Stud Stable. Kevin and Kerry Von Erich as a tag team together. Maniac Borne and Jeff Jarrett together. They're former champions. 2 teams from Devastation Incorporated. Wonder what would happen if they wound up going against each other. How would Akbar's crafty abilities deal with that, I wonder. So a lot of great questions to ask and a lot of things to look forward to Friday night. Remember, if you can help Eric Embry, Jeff Jarrett, and Percy Pringle out with their toy situation in the bikers, with that big bike-a-thon coming up on December 17th, you can bring a toy here to the Sportatorium Friday night with you. Remember, all youngsters are admitted to the building anyway for just $2 if they choose to sit in general admission. But you folks, youngsters of whatever age you are, plan on being with us this Friday night for World Tag Team Title Night here at the Sportatorium. Well, for everyone that's been involved with this one, hope you've enjoyed the excitement here on Channel 11 tonight. Lots of great things going on. Hope you enjoyed the matches and the videotapes. Until Friday night here at the Sportatorium and next Saturday night here on Channel 11. My name is Mark Clement. It's been great to be with you. Thanks for being with us. Attend the church of your choice tomorrow. Have a great conclusion of your holiday weekend, and good night, everyone.